Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'een. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. Ghair maghdubi alayhim. Wala dwalin. Alhamdulillah. Dr. Sanada Kamara, co-founder of Temple Mother Earth, sending love, peace, and abundance prayer to everyone around the world.
Peace, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Moorish Monday on Magnus Crystal Pyramid YouTube. And we're also being broadcast on Moroccan Post Media YouTube. Oh, I am so excited tonight. I have an esteemed guest. I want to give a shout out to Luisa Flores for introducing me to our guest tonight. We have Dr. Anita Powell. Today's topic is self-awareness, energy, and inner peace. So before I read the Dr. Anita Powell's bio, I want y'all the audience to click the like button, hit that share, let people know that we're on. And so, how are you, Dr. Powell?
I'm wonderful. Can you hear me okay?
You are loud and clear.
Good, good, good. I'm so happy to be here. I really am, Abdullah. Thank you so much. And I have to say, that was a beautiful, I didn't understand what the sister was saying, but I felt it. And it was just absolutely beautiful. And I want to thank her for that prayer. I mean, I know so many people received it and was touched by it. I know I was. So I just want to thank her.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, she was on my program, Moorish Monday, sometime last year.
Okay.
Late last year. So you have you've been very busy. I was reading your bio, preparing for today's show. And so those who are just joining us, I have Dr. Anita Powell. The topic is energy, inner peace, and self-awareness, energy, inner peace. Self-awareness, energy, and inner peace. You are an energy. Dr. Powell is an energy principal practitioner, metaphysical counselor, advocate, and poet dedicated to self-awareness and inner peace. Shares spoken word, poetry, and energy principle philosophy across Thailand, Egypt, and Albania. Very interesting. You're founder of the Tap in You movement, global peace partner, and community peace miracle teas. The movement received a special tribute from Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer in January 2025, officially declaring January 17, 2025 as Tap in You Global Peace Movement Day. Dr. Powell and her family raised funds to build a school in the Kandu B community of Burkina Faso. She has a doctorate in metaphysical science, doctor of philosophy. Honoris causa from India. She's a recipient of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. She is currently studying to receive a doctorate in theocentric psychology. She continues to donate her time, treasure, and talent and service to the global community. Welcome again. Yes, and then as we go on, I want you to go. I want you to explain to the audience what your the Tap in You movement is.
Okay.
Global Peace and Partner and Community Peace Miracle Teas. So you
Sure will. Thank you.
thank you again for accepting this invitation, and I once again thank Luisa Flores for introducing us. You met Luisa at the
New Jersey. I mean, in New York. I'm sorry. Hey,
in New
Louise.
York,
Yeah, at the International Day of Hope.
International Day of Hope. Yes, yes, great. And she told me she gave me your information and wanted me to reach out to you and said that you would be great to have on the show.
Oh yeah, and I'm so
And
glad you did.
yeah, so that was about 2 months ago. Yeah,
It was. Uh-huh.
yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
before we get into those who are watching my website across the screen, if anybody's interested in getting my books, and go to mooresandmasonry.org. I want to thank Brother Hank for offering this platform to me. I've been on this platform doing Moors and Masonry, Moorish Monday since the first Monday of December of 2023. So thank you, Brother Hank. Once again, this is also being broadcast live on Moroccan Post Media YouTube. So we're gonna go right into the topic.
Okay.
And if you want to tell us any more about yourself, or what other than what I've read in the bio you sent me, you can feel to do that.
Sure. The only thing I just want to mention, because it's first and foremost with me, I'm a mom and a grandma.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
yeah.
Good.
I didn't know if that was stated, but I
You
like
know
to
what?
put
I
that
don't think I read that. Yes, that's very important. That's very important. How many
out.
children do you have?
I have two beautiful twin daughters,
All right,
and and I have two wonderful sons-in-law,
son
and
is
I
all right.
have 5 amazing grandchildren.
Wow,
Yeah.
awesome, great. I have one daughter. She's 19. She just started college September. This
Wow.
yeah, a couple
Oh,
couple weeks ago. She just started her freshman year a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
congratulations.
yeah.
Yeah, I know
So
you're proud.
yes. So she's a young adult,
Yeah.
a young woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember her first day at kindergarten.
Oh,
Yeah, the first, definitely. So once again, I'm excited to have you. Thank you for accepting my
thank
invitation to join me on Moorish Monday.
thank you. Thank you. I'm honored. Like I said, it's a blessing. This is a blessing for me. So I
Now,
thank you.
oh, you are most welcome. And we have self-awareness,
Hmm.
inner peace. So tell us about your how did you get started in this area? What brought you? How did you become interested in metaphysics? Because you have a doctorate in metaphysics or
Yes.
science.
Yes.
Tell us
Yeah.
about what led you into studying metaphysical science.
Okay. What led me into doing that? And thank you for that question, Abdullah. Yeah. What led me? Ever since I was a little girl, ever since I can remember, I've always felt that my spiritual connection is very important. Okay. Now, I didn't say it like that as a child because I didn't know, but I was always looking for my connection with the universe. Um, I never really embraced or didn't make sense to me, growing up that teaching, which we teach what we know, was passed down. but it never made sense to me that some entity was up somewhere, and here I am on Earth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And also, I didn't understand. And I remember being a teenager. Walking. I remember walking and looking up at the sky and saying, "God, where are you? How do you know that I'm here? How do I get in? How do I connect? I'm not feeling it. I'm not. I'm not feeling. I feel kind of lost." And then, I felt kind of different too because I was taught, that the God is a He, and I said, okay, well, I'm a she. So if the he is the good thing, I'm a she. Why was I not born a he? All those things confused me. They really did. They really did. And it took me to some really shadowed places in me searching for my connection with everything. Well, in the 80s, my brother and I, he was Paul then. And both he and I, we went on a spiritual kind of journey. It just, differently. We both went through Buddhism, Judaism, all that stuff. Especially we growing up Christianity, so we knew about that. Well, he went to he's Sufi Muslim, so that's what he embraced. And then one day, just someone, the universe. I mean, it's just how someone had introduced me or invited me to this church. And when I went into this church, my brother, I knew that I was home. The philosophy that they were saying, we first went in at some point, they said, okay, we want you to be still now, and you go within. We weren't taught that there is the power of within. That's the tap into you. That's what tap into you is about. We weren't taught that. And then once I went to that one time, I knew that I was home. I knew that what I was looking for was like the alchemist. It was in my backyard. I was searching everywhere trying to find my connection with nature, with the universe and everything. And then I learned that connection is inside me. So I always share with people, I say, I live in, Detroit. I say, I had to go to Chicago to get to the corner store. So that's what I share. But and that's how I was introduced. Just someone said, hey, I want you to come, visit this church and everything. I said, okay. And that's how I became aware of the metaphysical. Some people say philosophy, some people say science, some even say religion. I don't really embrace it as a religion per se. I embrace it more as a philosophy and a science. But ever since then, I've been a metaphysician. I've been an energy gal. I'm strictly an energy gal. I love the knowledge of knowing, that we are one. There's one energy, one love, and that we're all connected with that one energy. And it makes so much sense to me. You know what I mean? It just makes so much sense to me now. So ever since then, I've been a metaphysician since about early '80s, and then I started sharing with my daughters the principles about energy and how God or spirit, however you want to term, whatever term you use, whatever name, how that power, how that energy is within.
That is such a stark contrast to what we've been indoctrinated with, we've been, and as you mentioned earlier, growing up, we've been indoctrinated, and that's been most of our people, to look outside of ourselves
Yeah,
for our power.
yeah.
You know,
Validation, everything. You go
yes,
outside.
outside ourselves. So
Yeah,
when you heard
yeah.
this, look within, look within. This was something different. Like, wow, look within.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Especially when they started being quiet and did the meditation thing. I never heard of meditation. But they
Yes.
lowered those lights and we just sat there and I just sat with my eyes closed. I said, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I said, that's what I said. I said, oh my gosh, I'm home. I'm home.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, you mentioned tap into you.
Uh-huh.
What got you, well, why did you begin tap into you?
you know, that's an extension of that of growing up into leading up to that thing, that path. Because how Tap Into You came about, I worked before I left. I left correction. I worked 19 years in corrections, and I left on a wing and a prayer so that I can continue my faith. You know, that this my connection with energy, and I'm very very serious with that. So I left my job so that I can see. Okay, it's time for me to find out what my faith is. It's time for me to figure out what's going on. And before I did, when I started meditating, after embracing metaphysics, I would meditate, Abdullah, and I would get this, I call it a feel heard, and then say, okay, you know, you got to leave that job. You got to leave that job. And because when growing up, when people would talk about Yehoshua or, you know, God and everything, I would say, listen, I'm from Missouri. I'm from the show me state. I said, God got to show me. I don't know about you guys, but God got to show me. So when I started meditating after the 80s, I would get this feel heard. You know, you said you got to be shown, so you're going to have to leave. And I would say, I'm not, no, I was single parent, sole supporter of my girls. Ain't no way in the world I was going to leave no job. I mean, you know, I wasn't making bad money. I was working with the state. Come on, I had health insurance and all that kind of stuff. So I said, no, I'm not doing it. So I stopped meditating. So I said, I don't want to hear that. I'm not leaving my job. So maybe couple of years go by or whatever, and I said, oh, you know, let me start meditating again. And then the same thing happened. You know, I would say, okay, you know, you got to leave that job. And I said, no, because that was scaring me. I said, what is this coming from? Well, anyway, before I left, because I did 15 years in probation, and then I did 4 years at the Ryan Correctional Facility.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while I was there, I would talk with the brothers because they would make the artwork was just extraordinary. And I would talk with them, just different times, just different intervals. You know, wouldn't be like in a collective group because that's not what I did. I was like in clerical, you know what I did. But I would do it, walk the grounds and everything, talk with the brothers and, you know, do stuff. And they would give me gifts. Like when we went to the Million Woman March, they made me this beautiful, like, little pouch. I still have it in my room there.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just ask them. I said, okay. I said, you know, your work is phenomenal. I said, you know, how long have you been doing this work? And it didn't catch to me then. But every single time, Abdullah, when I would ask the brother, how long were you doing this? You know, how did you know that you had this talent? Every single time, each and every one of them said, I didn't know what I had until I was forced to be still.
Mm.
I didn't know what I had until I was forced to be still. And then that's how the Tap Into You came about. Because like I said, then I didn't have Tap Into You right then. But that just kept in my mind because I just remember I could see one or two. Somebody would divert and say something different. Every single last one of them. And I didn't speak with 50 brothers. I didn't speak with one. Every single last one of them said, I didn't know what I had until I was forced to be still. Until I had to go in. There was nothing else for me to do in the cell but to go in. That was deep. I still get chills from those conversations. And then I went through a coaching program, and at that time something come. Then the word Tap Into You came about, and that's specific. It's all capital letters to show the power of that particular thing, and then it has 6 letters because I'm a numerologist. I believe, like I said, I'm energy. I go with my numbers and everything. So 6 is cosmic love, you know, material supply, and you know all of that. So there's 6 letters: TAP, the letter M, the number 2, and the U. Okay, so that's 6 letters, and then the 6, so the 6 represents the cosmic love and the unity and the togetherness, and then all of the tap, which it has an acrostic, and then the 3 here, 3, and then the 3 over here, meaning the creative. We are creative. You know what I mean? So we're creative on 2 sides of all dynamics of who we are. We are creative, and that's the Tap Into You movement. And then it came into a movement later on in 2022, when that was the first year of the global Tap Into You Peace Partner movement. And then so happens though, everything is so good. It was only going to be for a year. Then after that year came, people were saying, "Hey, Nita, let's continue this." So we're going on our fourth. We're going on our no. We're going on our fifth year. Isn't that great? Isn't that great?
That is awesome.
Yeah, going on our fifth year.
Oh wow, that is so that was 2020 is when that came to life. Tap Into You officially. Though that was
Yeah.
though it was marinating in your mind or your experiences led you to that and you gave us that your experiences and communicating with the brothers.
Yeah, because see, I left corrections in 1998, so it was a journey from 1998 up until 1998 up until I think I registered the name in 2021.
All right.
And in 2022, yeah, that's when everything started coming. That's things started coming like, oh, okay, that's why that was over there. Oh, okay, pieces started coming together.
Awesome. Awesome.
Just from the journey during that short period of time.
Great. So self-awareness. So give us your insight on how can let the audience know what they can do to increase their self-awareness.
To increase
how does that self-awareness work, or how does one come to grow or connect to their inner self?
Okay. The first thing I share with people, I say tap into you, go within, because that's, answers, coaching 101. All the answers are inside of you. However, I share with people that you got to start on the outside though. You got to start by looking at yourself, because you've got to get to a point where you trust who you see in the mirror. Because if you don't trust who you see in the mirror, you're not going to trust what's in here, because you don't see it. You don't see the energy. So you've got to start on the outside and get to that point. I do trust me, because once you start trusting you, then you'll start trusting the intuition within you. Then you'll start trusting whatever energy you believe in that's inside of you. Then you begin to start becoming aware. You know what I mean? And that awareness is not like this, oh, everything is fine, everything. No, things start coming to the fore. Things start coming. You say, ooh, I don't like that about me. Ooh, I didn't know that. Ooh, that kind of, you start looking at your beliefs and saying, are these my beliefs, or are they beliefs that someone shared with me or told me? Am I embracing other people's philosophy, other people's opinions or perspective, or am I embracing my own? That's why sometimes I share with people, I say, put that book down. Put that book down so you know what your thoughts are. You know what I mean? That's self-awareness, because there are different components to self-awareness. This inter, behavioral, emotional. We got to know what our triggers are. Self-awareness is knowing and then also embracing and accepting who you are, embracing those folds that you got on your, as as you try to lose weight or whatever, to get rid of it, but you love it while you have it. You know what I mean? And you tell yourself the truth. Sometimes I hear people, they say, oh, you gotta stay positive, stay positive, stay positive. That's not realistic. The universe doesn't. That's no balance. There's no balance in staying positive all the time. Matter of fact, that's not I would say the person's in denial. If you're always happy and everything is now something, something in that subconscious is there that your soul is in there saying, hey, I'm ready for you to deal with it, so we can go on and move on and get some more of this prosperity and this inner peace and this joy. But until you're ready, I'm gonna keep it back there. But that's what I always show people. Start from the outside. Start by looking in that mirror and saying, I trust you. I trust you. And when you get to that point, when you start looking in yourself in the mirror and say, yeah, I trust him. I trust her. Then you start going on the inside. And then also asking whatever entity, whatever you believe in, saying, help me. I'm ready. Help me. Because some things will start coming up. Your soul will start letting you know, okay, you ready for this? You ready for
Mhm.
this? You ready to deal with this? And it's not, you know what I mean? Sometimes it may be a sad thing, but that's okay. It's okay. And that's what I share with people too. Try not to make it so serious too, because a lot of times we get into the spirituality, we get serious, boy. I mean, it gets serious. You can talk. I mean, and I mean, like, okay, where's the fun? Ooh, that's so serious. Where's the fun in this? Let's have some fun. But yeah, that's the first thing, Abdullah. I say
Now,
you start on the
now,
outside, you can go on the
why do you
inside.
think people get so become so serious uh, at first? What is the reasoning behind that?
Let me think. Okay, let me go back to me, because I didn't even sometimes have to share myself. Okay, chill, just take that chill pill. I think it's because of our teachings, the reverence of it all, because of the bigness, if you will. You, you know, the meaning, like the difference between what what the creator means to me and my relationship. So
Mhm.
because something means to me, that means it's really not a part of me. It's so much bigger than me. So when I start getting into this, I got to be serious, because I don't want to I don't want to sin, or I don't want to say something wrong. I want to be religiously or spiritually correct, which I don't necessarily. I mean, you know what I mean. Within
Oh,
our,
so it's
you know,
actually the teachings then. It's the actual
I
teachings that we were.
I think that has a lot to do with it, but I don't. It's not a blame thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because it's like what I was taught, someone was taught. You know what I mean? It just so happens with me, just growing up, I'm like, this don't make sense to me. Just
All
as a
right.
child, it doesn't make sense. So I would question. I wouldn't. I said, I don't. I didn't. I didn't embrace it, but it made me so lonely, though. It really made me very lonely. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think that's why we get serious, because we take it as serious. We say, "Oh God, God is such a big thing." No, your relationship. What's your relationship? Because then it's not going to be so big, because now it's one. Unless
Mhm.
you say that you're big, because you are. But when we separate it, like this is such a big thing. How dare me take it lightly? Why? You know,
Mhm.
yeah.
And,
If that
and you
makes
and you mentioned the point that we'll get in trouble or we'll be punished if we mess up or go astray. And so I you were alluding implying that there's some fear there.
Absolutely.
That
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I mean, this my sister, she doesn't agree. When we used to talk, she said, Angel, my family called me Angel. She said, hey, well, Ain now, but Ain, I don't agree. I believe just either we do things out of fear or we do things out of love. I don't mean romance, love, and this and that. I mean out of respect. Out that. And absolutely, it's out of fear. I know I was brought up that God punishes. If you do wrong, God will punish you. That God is a jealous God, and see, those
there
are
you
the
go.
things that did not make sense to me. It's like, and things that would happen, and especially when I especially when I had my girls, I'm like, I'm a human being, and I would never treat my daughters like this. I couldn't understand. I said, and for someone to tell me that this is what a God would do, I was almost like, I don't want no part of that, because that doesn't make sense to me, until I had to learn from. I had to put stuff down. I had to step away and say, okay, all right, Spirit, I need you to show me the real. You know what I mean? And that's just been a journey. But yeah, but it's that sin. You know, you're gonna be punished. And even to this day, I share with people. You know, some people would rather say God is punishing me than to own up and say, hey, I'm in this situation because of the decision I made.
Cause and effect. So that's yes.
Absolutely.
You know what? You people are indoctrinated, you know, to make this statement, such a statement as I'm a God fearing man, as opposed to saying I'm a God loving man.
Loving man,
Like, so you
right?
don't hear, I don't hear people say I'm a God loving man or God loving woman. I'm a
Right.
God fearing man. And of course, there's no analysis, there's no thinking. It's because it's not, there's no think. They're not doing what we're doing. They're not doing what we're doing. They're not thinking about it. You know, it's programming. It's programming.
Yeah.
It's not where they're, what we're doing now, analyzing it. I said I'm a God fearing man. Like, what does that really mean? God fearing. It's programmed. It's
Right.
programmed. Their mother did, their mother did, their parents, grandparents did it, great parents did it. It's programming. It's
Right.
like it's a parrot statement. God fearing man. God fearing man. I'm a God fearing man, and they think that's a good thing to say. You
Thing.
know, and then
Right.
if you were to say to them, um, if someone says to you, I'm a God fearing man, and you were to say, I'm a God loving woman, they would probably run away from you. They would
Right.
probably, shun you. They would probably shun you when you say, because it's not, you're not saying the party line.
Oh, right. Okay.
The
Yeah.
party, you're not,
Um.
the party line is, I'm a God fearing man. That's the party line. So when you
Okay.
say, so I say to you, I'm a God fearing man, and you say to me, Abdullah, I'm a God loving woman, I would
Mhm.
run away from you because
Okay.
you're not saying the party line. You're not
Right.
part of the club.
Okay.
You're not part of the club. All right. You're not. You're saying something different. You're saying God loving woman. So you're not part of, you're not part of the institutionalized, that where that's taught. You're
Oh,
like you're weird. You're saying something different. You know, you're not part of me. You're not part of us. You're saying God loving woman.
mhm. That's beautiful.
I just want to bring these things. This is real. This is real.
Right. Right. And unless, I would ask a person, um, I would ask a person, when you say I'm a God fearing person, the first thing I would ask, I say, okay, what do you mean by fear? Because
Uh-oh.
I understand that
Uh-oh.
some people, they look at fearing like an awe, not like, oh, fear, um, that kind of thing. So I would ask, I say, well, what is your, what do you mean by fear? You're a God fearing person. To see what they mean, and they might say, well, because I don't want to be punished. We're supposed to fear God and everything. I don't ascribe to that, but that's me.
Neither.
That's just me. I don't ascribe to that.
Absolutely. But
Yeah. I mean,
we can.
for me, I've just read. Just read. Just doing just a little bit of reading. I'm, by no means, am I really into, know so much a lot about it, things. But I just reading some of the divine educators, like Yehoshua and Baha'u'llah, all the different philosophies. One thing I learned is that what they talk about is love. That's one thing I saw. That's a theme. That's a common theme.
Hmm.
It's love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
And so fear is actually fear, guilt, and superstition. That's something that's, I was one day, my mom has since transitioned. My mom transitioned in December 2018. She was hit by a car.
Oh.
So prior to that, I recall I was at my mother's house, and she had her cassette tape on. And she had it on loud, and she had a cassette tape of her pastor.
Mm-hmm.
And her pastor was giving a sermon about guilt, fear, and superstition. That you got to be a God-fearing people, and I was hearing it. I was analyzing it. I
Okay.
said, man, and I started just thinking, like, do these people, were they doing things out of love? Because I'm not hearing that in the sermon. I'm hearing fear, as if that's a good thing. We got to be God-fearing people. We got to, and he was pushing the guilt, and I'm like, wow, are they doing it out of love, or feeding the homeless, or going out and helping people? Is it out of love,
Right.
or out of fear of, if I don't feed the homeless,
Then
I'm gonna
something's
go
gonna
to hell? I want to, I want to go to heaven. So I gotta feed the homeless. I gotta do this. I got to go to heaven. If I don't do these things, I'm gonna go to. It's so I started like, is it done out of that?
Mm-hmm.
Because because it's not, because the love is not taught. Like, love. I'm a God loving people. Become God loving people. Out of love. It's like that fear thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is a motive driven by fear of the fear of going to hell.
Right.
The fear of going to hell. Burning damnation, and and then when you hear pastors give eulogies. You go to funerals, and they, give the eulogy, and, and then part of the eulogy is, you gotta, that last part of the eulogy, you know, is, they when they call people up, so and so, this line here, but so and so gave their life, over, so, you have your opportunity now. You can leave this church and get hit by a car, hit by a car, or you can leave this, and so you need to come up and give your, and I'm not making these up. I'm not making this. This is that, and that's part of that. That's the last part of the eulogy, where they want people to come up, to be saved, and but they fear you to. I'm saying they're not. It's not. Well, God loves you. Jesus loves you.
Right.
And the love, and come up so that you can learn the love, and it's like they it's they do it out of guilt. They guilt the people into doing it. They guilt
Oh.
the people to coming up, to give their life over. It's out of guilt, fear. The message is guilt, fear. It's
Okay.
guilt and fear driven. It's not
Right.
love driven, guilt and fear driven. And so and you recognize that, in your journey.
Mm-hmm.
And so you are that, and so this has made you, so this is the message that you're giving us, giving the world this of inner peace.
Absolutely. And it's not going to be derived from fear, guilt, or regret. Now, we have to cross that bridge, because we all have some type of guilt, regret, and all that kind of stuff. But we have to learn that my consciousness yesterday is not the is different. My consciousness that was there yesterday is not the consciousness as it is today. We do what we do when we do. You know, it's one of those, like a friend of mine, she would always say, when I know better, I'll do better. You know what I mean? What we do, I believe that we do have to step more into love. And I'm not talking just, like I said, the romantic love. I'm not talking
No, that's
superficial
it.
love. I'm talking that deep love that you wish for people, that love that you want people to be happy, that love that makes you cry when you think of children being hungry, that love that you want to, even if you say that love, I want to, Lord have mercy, I want to be so full of this energy, of this love, because then I know that I'm connected with this energy. And with this energy, I know that there can be outer peace. Because there ain't gonna be no outer peace till individually we have inner peace. That's not gonna happen. I don't believe. I just, we can march all day long. If we don't cultivate inner peace and get more into practicing love and really understanding, what, as understanding love as we understand it, because I read, somewhere it said, if you really can define love, you don't know what it is, because love is undefinable. That's how encompassing of energy it is. It is felt. It's not necessarily defined. You know what I mean? Because we could define guilt, regret, and all that kind of stuff all day long. You know, but yeah, I do, Abdullah. I agree. We've got to be more thought aware. We've got to understand. We got to understand our thought patterns, because that's self-awareness too. Walk around here, you don't even know what thoughts before you know it, you done thought about some thinking for the last 2 hours, wasn't even aware of it until then something happens. Say, dang, I was thinking about that for I don't know how long. Then having, not, being not unable to come into forgiveness or different things like that. This is what self-awareness is. Self-awareness is, hey, you know what, I got issues with forgiveness. Now I'm gonna tell myself the truth. I have issues with this, and then asking for that power within, that love that's within you, to say, help me with this forgiveness. Help me with this resentment, this bitterness, because we all have it from time to time. I mean, that's the human nature of us. I say though too, we get more into love. I said, let's start tapping into our divine, because we're also divine. Well, all we concentrate on is our humanness, our frailties, our faults. We need to start tapping into and embracing, yes, I am divine. Yes, I'm divine. Yes, I'm perfect. There's a part of me, absolutely, that's perfect. There's a part of you that's absolutely perfect. Absolutely, positively.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We are the
I'm loving this. I'm loving this. This is right up my alley. This is up my alley. This is levels of philosophy that I've been studying for years. This is up my alley right here. I had to grow out of that fear and guilt, because I was raised in that,
Well, yeah.
So I was raised, I was indoctrinated. So I had to grow out of that. And it took me some time. So
yeah, that's okay. Like I said, we learn, and just like the new generation today, I'm like, right on. The new generation said, all right, with y'all, things y'all believed in this, no, we got a new way of thinking. We got a new way of thinking. Hey, I'm power. I mean, I'm like, you go head on. Absolutely, you go head on. Ain't no separate. I remember going to. I went to a lunch or a dinner or something. It was a generational thing, and after eating, we started talking, and there was sharing some sister dialogue, and then there was a question raised. Oh, someone had asked, okay, what do you feel about the ceiling? What do you think about breaking the ceiling? And one sister, this young sister, stood up. She said, hey, I don't know anything about that, because to me, it ain't no ceiling. I said, whoo. I said,
right.
what are you talking about? It ain't no ceiling to her. But see, we were brought up, and you got to break that ceiling. But in her, I said, what ceiling? into something, there's something structural, there's something there that's going to prevent me from achieving what's meant for me. Her thing was, no, I don't. That's not part of my way of thinking. And I loved it. I loved it when she said that.
Mm. Let me go. We have, you are recipient of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
A sister in Louisiana. I met her when I'm still in the G100 wing on this youth engagement now, but at one time I was global chair with Oneness and Wisdom, and she was one of the state chairs. And we just became, you just connect, and she's still she's my sister. I love her. And we just came to know each other, even though we've not met each other in person, but we, through the internet, kind of thing, which is a beautiful thing. She nominated me. Someone had called her and said, listen, we want to present the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award to someone. Do you have someone to recommend? And they try to keep it a secret from me. But when I started talking with her, when it came out, she said, Nita, she said, when she asked me that, she said, you were the first person that came to my mind. And I said, see, that's God. That's spirit. That's the universe.
Is that with Dr. Harris, Angela Harris?
No, Latasha. Latasha Ramsey Cyprian.
All right, yeah, because I know Dr. Angela Harris gives out, because Louisa has one.
Cheryl Moore. Yeah, because Cheryl Moore, she presented it to me because I'm in the Detroit metro area. She presented it at the U of M University in Dearborn. But bless her, she came from another state to bring me that award. So that so that
All right.
Yeah, she came. Yeah, so that's love. Yeah, so that's how that happened.
Yes, because I'm aware of the award. And all right, so I think, all right, great. I'm just want you just looking at two. Yes, you are just going, Governor Gretchen Whitmer. You received a special tribute. The movement received the Tap Into You movement received the special tribute from Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Talk about that.
Sure. Well, that was one of them times as we grow up, because at one time I would never have done it, because I wouldn't have had the courage or anything, the confidence or whatever. But just one time I wanted to give recognition to the peace partners, but as well as leave a legacy. January 17th is my daughter's birthday. So I wanted to show, it's a twofold. I wanted to have the movement and the peace partners recognized, and I wanted to show my daughters, just how much I love them, and that I want to leave this for them, this legacy. This is their day. The governor made this the day that you were born. This day, and I happened to write. I just wrote to them. I wrote, I found out who the media person was, and I just wrote and said how it would be such an honor, if you, look into what we've been doing, and if you feel that it's worth that to recognize the movement, it would be an honor. And the guy, I'm going to say Patrick, last Therrett, Mr. Therrett called me and indicated that the governor is going to do that, and then I received it in the mail.
Oh, great!
That's really not. But I say that because I'm saying I go back into the self-awareness. That's just so important. See, that's what I mean. At one time I never would have done that. I never would have not done that if I had not been continued, because it's a process, it's a journey. If I had not started the journey of tapping into myself and recognizing I'm one with this universe. I'm There's nothing small about any of us. You know what I mean? There's no one more than or less than.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, just out of humility, knowing that, hey, there's a power that's that's in me, that's with me, that's guiding me, that, you know what I mean? So it's not the me, me, me. I know I'm saying me a lot. This for lack of better word, lack of knowing how to, communicate it. But it's as you grow, like I wear my mustard seeds, I wear those a lot because this reminds me, as far as energy and as far as faith, as I work on my inner doubt, as I work on me and my inner doubt, the universe is going to open up because whatever we put out there, just like I share with my daughters, sometimes I look at the universe like a genie. Remember that genie in the bottle? Your wish is my command.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I look at the universe like that. Or the universe is saying, your thought is my command. Whatever you gift to me with your thought and your vibration, I'm gonna gift it back to you. So that keeps me saying, okay, I don't want no negative stuff. I don't want no negative gifts because I do believe that all of this is unlike, all of it is impersonal, not impersonal like not caring, but it's not, yeah, it's it's sound, it's resonating, it's vibration, it's not personal like a personal man, woman. You know what I mean? It's energy.
It's energy. It's energy. Yeah,
Yeah. So
absolutely.
there's
Absolutely.
masculine and feminine energy, but not man, woman. You
No,
know,
no, yes, exactly.
yeah, yeah. So, but I just say, yeah. But the more, that's why I just advocate. And then the inner peace, just like I know, it's that inner peace is so important, because just like everybody else, we've experienced. I know I've experienced some really kind of rough times. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
and that's okay. That's the experience and those decisions. Because that taught me, okay, you need to pay more attention to what decisions you make, kind of thing. But the inner peace, it's like, wow, that is something that's possible. That's not some lofty goal or it's too good to be true or anything like that. Even in the midst of chaos, in the midst of things going on, we can still experience that peace. But it comes with that self-awareness, being aware of self, being aware of your own. Like my book, I have a book called You, Your Own Universe. Being aware of your own universe on the inside and how it's connected with the universe on the outside.
You're the author of the book.
Yes.
Tell us. I didn't have that in the bio. So
Oh no, I
yeah,
didn't put. Yeah, I didn't put.
tell us about the book.
Oh yeah, yeah. The book is called You, Your Own Universe, and I talk about the chakras, 10 bodies that's within us, the energies, and how what you put out there you get back, and all this kind of stuff, and how you can tell, you can tell how what's going on the inside by the people that resonate or that are in your immediate surroundings. Because when we talk about energy, it's not that this comes about impromptu or there's no rhyme or reason. If we're in control of our sphere of influence, that means we're in control of who walks in it. So the book also shares, it's like, okay, I give an example, like say, as a woman, you may meet this man and he's a cheater. Well, that doesn't mean that you're a cheater. What that person may be showing you, if we're aware of our energy thing, knowing that it ain't that person, it's not about that person. It's about what that person is showing me. They don't even know it, but they're showing me because we're all teachers. We're all teachers. So
Mm.
the person, I said, that doesn't mean you're a cheater. That person could be sharing with you is that you're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself
Mm.
by loving you. You're cheating yourself by dealing with things that you don't need to be doing. So it doesn't make you a cheater. It just means you're cheating yourself. And then I talk about the seven major, because there's seven major, 122 with 21 minor and 122 secondary chakras, and then the 10 bodies within the soul, body, negative, that. So I talk about those energies and how we're connected with the earth. Just like the earth has the mantle, so does our heart. Like our heart, like we have chambers in our heart. That's where that bitterness and all that is kept, kind of thing. But deep inside, like the Egyptians, they said that deep in that nucleus of that heart, that's where all truth lies. So, but that's where the truth is. So I talk about that, and then I just talk about like even like how our soul speaks to us through our body. When you have minor aches and pains, your soul will say, "Hey, you need to take care of that energy center right there. That's the center of consciousness. What are you thinking? Like if I'm having issues in my stomach, in my torso, and I'm having digestive issues, what for me, what I'll do, and I share with people, I say, first ask yourself, take a look at how you're thinking. If you're being judgmental, because a lot of times you may be judgmental, and that's what your soul is saying, you need to chill on the scorekeeping. You didn't chill on that. And then when you start, recognizing, like I said, not making it a big deal, saying, okay, yeah, I am being a little judgmental here. Okay, now that I'm aware, let me work on that so I can get better. So that's what the book is all about. And also deals in the back, like with crystals and what needs the outer, the external, extrinsic things, tools that you can use to help with balancing the chakras and the 10 bodies. So that's basically what it is. And it's written very, very, very light.
Mhm.
I wanted it to be an easy read, and that's what I got. I received that people say, yeah, this is a really, really easy read. So I was really pleased about that. Yeah, so that's what it is.
Mm. Now, for someone who, what about with someone who has a a physical illness, and then you have mental illness as well, and then you also have physical illness?
Mhm.
Uh, how would you direct them?
Well, first I say, because I believe in traditional, holistic, and naturopathic medicine. One, and two, I believe and I embrace that not everyone is in that mode, for lack of a better word, to go deeper. Like okay, I was in 2019. I was diagnosed with diabetes. I've always been pre-diabetic, but then at that time I was. Okay, so then what I did, well, I'm not going to go all into the whole story, but what I
Hmm.
did, I went metaphysical. I went to find out what was my soul, what about my soul that needed healing. And my type 2 diabetes, what I learned was that I gave love. I was one that gave love, but I didn't receive it.
See
So
it.
it was like the pancreas, insulin, my liver was rejecting that love. So when I started to address it and work on myself, say, no, you are worthy. Yes, you've made mistakes. Get rid of the guilt. It's okay. It's okay. When I started working with myself, realizing that no, it's okay. Okay, you are worthy. You are deserving. And then when I went back 6 months later, the diabetes was gone. You know what I mean? So when people have different types of illnesses, and not everybody, and I'm careful with that because not everybody is ready to receive it. I understand that. I understand that. However, what I believe, like for me, what I believe is that nothing precedes a thought. Absolutely nothing. Some people say how the body controls the mind and the mind controls the body. I disagree. The mind, the vibration, the thought is everything because nothing, we can come up here all day long and think, what comes before thought? Now, I'm not saying, different things. It's the vibration of things. I know a sister who she said she had stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and the doctor gave her like 4 months to live, and she said, I ain't going out. I ain't going out like that. Now she's Christian, so she got her Bible, but she said, what I had to do is go back to that little girl. I had to go back and do some soul healing. My
Mm.
soul needed to be healed. And this has been what, 10 years ago. And she's still going strong. So for me, I mean, that's for me. I'm gonna go soul deep, with me, because like I have some things going on. With me, I go so deep, and I say, well, I'm just ready to. I'm ready to address it. you know, um, yeah, is it gonna hurt me or did it? Yeah, when I found out that I gave love and didn't receive it, I cried like a baby because I thought, oh my God, look at how I did myself without knowing. Look how I treated myself. And then I thought about all the things that I took from people. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I do know what you mean. I'm thinking about myself, or particularly 'cause I give so much of myself,
Hmm.
and I've been doing that for so long. Um, at times it becomes, I get drained at time, and then I have to just re-energize myself, because I
Absolutely.
give so much of myself, to our people, you know,
Absolutely.
and you know, and I often think about, sometimes you're appreciated, other times you're not. There's people who will quickly appreciate what I do. They do, and then you
Yeah.
have those, you know, um, it's like I can get, and there's something that I have to overcome.
Hmm.
I can have, for example, 9 people
Hmm.
give me great compliments.
Hmm.
9 people,
Yeah.
and that then the 10th person comes along. Man, that's a waste of time, Abdullah. You know what
Right.
I mean? You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? That waste of time, and teaching our people they ain't gonna do nothing with that stuff, man. And Nick, and I'll and I'm better at this now. I'm better, but I used to be. I mean, I I
Uh,
used to. They used to really bother me. That
right.
one person that that used to, and I'm a
Yo,
lot better now.
right.
So I just wanted to give that example of what I was talking about. That I'm a lot better now. I have really, I think I've
Right.
grown. And I said still it's still there. Still have to just, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I still have to like go into myself, and and I'll overcome that. But
Yeah. Yeah, because it's the awareness. It's not the matter of erasing or eradicating anything. It's just the awareness. But I got to share something with you right now. Just like now, you have the most beautiful smile. You do. And just a moment, there was an expression on your face that just was just so full of light and wisdom. When you go back, what time is this where you can go back and look at this? I want
And
I
so
want
this is we in the hour, 2 minutes,
really
3 hours,
okay.
3 minutes. Yeah, I can go like, yeah. So I can go back. I will.
And I want you to look. It was just so it was calm. It was just peace, just light, wisdom. The expression
Mm.
on your face. I just had to say that. Just for
You talk about when I was explaining my
a
story.
moment ago. Yeah, yeah,
All right, I'll look at that.
yeah, yeah. It was the expression was just wow. It was just deep. Because I was looking, I said, "Oh, he's beautiful."
Yeah, I saw. All right, I'll have to think. All right, that's I'll look at that. And what was I actually you know
Yeah, yeah. But
well,
yeah.
maybe because it doesn't. I mean, I'm not as bothered anymore about the negative comments.
Uh-huh.
Another thing too, Dr. Powell, I
Yeah, call me Anita.
Anita. All
Yeah.
right, Anita. And I said that I'm not gotten better over the years with this. Um, that and I still have to work on this. I have to work on. I need a lot. I need some. Really got to put work into this.
Okay.
That I have done it for so long of taking negative comments and
Hmm.
use it as fuel. Like that drives me. But
Okay.
but to the point though, I it at well I've actually become exhausted though. And to the
Oh,
point where I'm exhausted because, you know, it's like I have to like, you know, and like I said, once again, that those negative comments is something that at times it lingers with me, but I've gotten better at it. And then sometimes I have to like, and I use the negative comments as fuel,
okay.
like that would be, and I have to, I have to change that. I have to change where I begin using the positive comments as
Gotcha.
my fuel. Yeah, I got
Gotcha.
it. Yeah, and I become so. As you said, it's self-awareness. So I'm
Right.
just bringing
Right.
it. It's self-awareness is key, and I'm glad that you entitled it "Self-Awareness, Inner Peace."
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually, and so I just wanted to share with the audience, you know, of of you be using me, you can use me as a guinea pig. but the self-awareness is so important,
It really
you know,
is.
and I gotta begin to use and I have though I have lately using the positive as my fuel, because for
Mm-hmm.
so long I've used the negative. You can't do this, and because people ain't gonna do this, and our people don't want this, our people never rise, and you can't give up without a fight, all that negative, and you know what, and also self-awareness, Dr. Anita,
Mm-hmm.
is, I remember having a conversation with, this was a couple of days ago, and this is just so fitting that being in a relationship with someone
Mm-hmm.
where you're not supported, and they're putting you down, and whatever you're doing, they putting you down. And I've been in that. And and been in that for a while. And in fact, I remember having that conversation maybe yesterday with someone, but it was yesterday. And that's like the worst feeling,
Yeah.
of, oh man. And, I'm about to get off of work, and you're feeling bad. You're feeling sick now because stressed, because because work is ending, and you got to go back, you got to go to that space where I, and so it's
Ooh,
that's,
that's
and
heavy.
then I began to say, am I drawing these type of people to me?
Well,
So,
only the only thing I can say is I can only speak for me. If someone asked me that question, say, "Are you drawing these people to you?" For me, I would say, "Absolutely, I am." Now I've got to figure out what's in me that's drawing it. Because once I figure out what's in me that's drawing it, that's gonna stop. Because like the battery, the battery, opposites. What's that? The energy, you can't put a negative to a positive on the battery.
mm,
That thing, yeah, and like I said, it's not a big deal either. It's just to me, it's my soul saying, here, look here, you want to take a look at that. This is just an area that you can grow. Because we're all on this journey to grow. That's not gonna stop. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, try not to take it seriously, like for me. Because I just being real. I remember just being in a, like an abusive relationship. When I changed that energy, that person walked out. Now, you know what I mean? That still hurt when it walked out, but years later, I recognized, oh, you changed the energy. But
mm,
all that person was just showing me that I need that I need to love me a little bit more, or a
right,
lot
right,
more. That's what that person was showing me.
right,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? I could, I would say the blame. It's like I would share with people. Like I was in something, a little minute ago, and I would share with him. I said, I let you hurt me. That's why I'm not angry with you, because I let you do it. If I didn't let you do it, it wouldn't happen.
so you putting the power is, it's you,
It's for me.
it's you
Absolutely.
have the power, you have the power.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And my
yes,
thing is, if I have the power to bring that negative, well, doggone it, I have the power to bring the positive.
yeah, yes.
That's how I look at it. So that makes me more empowered. Like, whoa, okay, hey, you can change this.
Mm. Well, I'm going. Let me put the shout out. Anyone has any questions? Type your questions in. Questions or comments. I can go right to the chat and read the questions, and I'll go there in a few minutes. But I want to put the shout out to the audience. Those who are just joining us. I am here with Dr. Anita Powell, and please hit that like button. To subscribe, let people, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Let people know that we're on. We have 50 minutes left. Let people know that we're on. Share this on your social media platforms. This is heating up, y'all. I'm loving this. I am loving because I got a chance to share, and I'm not afraid to share my experiences, with the audience, and I wanted to, share with you, Anita, so that I can get some support,
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely, So that's really why I did it. Get some support.
Oh, we brother and sister now. I mean, we connected now, Abdullah.
Yes. So definitely, yeah. So let me see. I'm gonna go right to the chat and see if anybody have any questions right now. Let's go right there. Comments. All right, here we go. So let me go. Peace, Sister Abundance. So we have Anita. We have Abundance Child. She was on last week.
Oh,
She was,
hey.
yeah, Abundance Child was my guest last week. She was for the second time, so she's on, and she's been watching us from the start.
Okay.
Brother Jamie, Brother Rodney, DL, Peace, Abdullah, Love, the first principle.
Oh, yeah.
So Cipher. Cipher, Terrestrial, Islam, Moors, Peace, Abdullah, and Anita.
Thank you. Peace to you.
Are you dumb? That's the name of the person. That's not that's not that comment. That's not that. You know what? At first, I had to read it again, Anita, because I was about to Hank block this person. I was like, oh no, but that's their name. Are you dumb? Peace to the Moors. I was like, oh man, please, I don't, man. Come on now.
What else happened?
Yeah.
I've even received text messages on my phone about,
You said like the comments, in the comment section. I don't have any questions. If you have any questions for Anita,
I would love that.
type your questions in or comments. All right, we have a question, Anita. Cipher Terrestrial. It came in a minute ago. Why do individuals try to match your energy? Oh, good question.
Ooh.
Why do individuals try to match your energy?
That that could be so many reasons. The first reason that I just felt is that because they want to emulate you because it's a good thing. It's like that what is that, copying is the best compliment. When someone copies you, that's the best compliment. They said that, and that's that. If someone wants to, someone tries to be your energy, it could be also too that they're learning. They're learning how, and your energy is so good and safe to them and secure that they want to experience the energy that you have. Now, on the other hand, there's always a balance. Some people may want your energy because they want to take it. They want to deplete you of your energy.
That's the battle. I got you.
You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of discernment, and it's just a matter of trusting yourself. Trusting yourself. What do you feel about that? What do you feel inside of you? Are you feeling comfortable with this person? Wanting your energy? Are you feeling a little apprehensive? Now, if you're feeling apprehensive, if you're feeling apprehensive, don't run with that. Okay, that means that person's trying to deplete. No, you got to ask yourself, why am I thinking? Is this me and my own insecurity thinking this? Or do I really feel this thing? Because, really when it comes to it, when your soul or spirit or whatever word that you use that's inside of you, when your power is inside of you, it's not going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to be a knowing. And there's a big difference. It's one of those, I don't know how I know, I just know. So it could be different. I hope that answered your question. I hope that was a good answer for you.
I trust that it was it's balance. It's balance.
Yeah, it's balance.
Gave balance to it. Any other she cipher terrestrial. Oh, I feel you. So you did answer. Indeed. Thank you so much, Anita.
Oh, you are so welcome. Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, anybody want to know?
Any other questions? Any other questions? Type your questions then, or this is good, man. Just type your questions then. Let's see.
Yeah, you guys know, as far as I'm energy, so I just believe, I believe that the universe and everything, we have all this wonderful energy that we can embrace and just utilize and help us. The moon, the vibration and all that. And just so that you guys know, this week the vibration is Master with Charisma. So if you're working on some projects, or you're wanting to get close with someone, or you just you want to revamp something or whatever, this is the week. The universal vibe, not the personal vibe, but the universal vibe is Master with Charisma. So when you're going out there doing stuff, before you go out there and make that achievement, think on that and say, okay, let me bring out my charisma, my charm, which is also love and kindness and caring.
Well, we haven't no more questions at this time, but we'll give them some time.
Sure.
We have 45 minutes, so
okay.
You just type your questions in, and I'll go back to the chat, and we'll. So, just reviewing, you said the week is say that again, 'cause I guess I was focusing on reading the questions too. So.
Sure, the universal vibe for this week is Master with Charisma.
Master with Charisma.
Yeah, last week, which I put it on my desk here. I said, that's a keeper. Last week, the universal vibe was, what energy am I stepping into? And last week, I had to ask myself a few times, like something like a situation may come, and I'm going to step into my thought, and I say, okay, now what energy you stepping into? And I was able to halt and say, oh, no, I don't want to go that way. I don't want to go that way. And then also, you guys, this is like I said, I embrace the energy. Today, tonight, or whatever time it is, write down your accomplishments, because that's the rhythm of the moon tonight.
Yes.
Last quarter. So write that down. Embrace and appreciate. I'm so grateful for the energy that we have. I am so grateful. For me, I'm using God, whatever we want, created the universe, and the universe say, hey, I got you. You got to connect with me. We can do this thing. We're co-creators. I am co-creator of what's happening. We are all each co-creators, and all we have to do is tap in that energy. Tap into that energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You just noticed it.
I'm loving this. Oh man, this is needed. Let me go back to the chat. Cipher terrestrial, got it. Master with Charisma on it.
Yes.
Okay, no doubt.
Yeah.
Come
Just
on,
like if
y'all.
you want
Anyone else? You want to type your questions in or any
to,
comments?
yeah. If you want to know, like your first initial, what energy does that bring? You know, whatever. What did you want
What,
to,
yeah,
you know,
yes, yes. First initial. Anybody?
just like
It's,
you, Abdullah. Right
yeah,
now,
what about mine? Hey,
yeah,
yeah.
your first initial, you are pioneer. You like to be out there, brother.
You know what, Anita? I was wow. That you it's interesting that you it's synchrokinetic, synchronous, synchronicity
Uh
that's
huh.
involved with that statement because man, you say I'm a pioneer, I like to be out there.
You are a pioneer. You're a leader.
You know what? Over 30 years ago, because I actually did not want to be out there. You know what I mean? Like what I'm doing now and traveling, speaking and teaching and to be broadcast. I actually wanted to be in the I was shy growing up. You know what I mean? I was shy, growing up. And I actually did not want to be out there like what I'm doing now, but
Uh,
I felt that I need to. So
right.
it's more of a need as opposed to a want.
Well,
And
you know. Oh, uh
and
huh.
and, and that is because if I want change to be done, like when I was in college, and I had leadership positions in college. President of sociology club,
Uh
secretary
huh.
of my fraternity, Alpha Alpha, uh, co-founder of the NAACP at my college campus.
Uh
So
huh.
I took leadership roles. You know,
Yeah.
and one of the my advisors, we had the advisors of the sociology club, and I would have, since I was president, I always had to meet with Dr. Weber. Dr. Weber, she was Filipino, and I had to meet with her. You know,
Uh
uh, because everything had to be run by the on campus advisor.
huh.
So and then she would never let me complain. She would challenge me when I complained. She was like, "What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do
Right.
about it? What are you
Right.
going to do about it?" So that was, and then I had others that did that too. Other professors, other advisors. My fraternity on campus advisor, who since transitioned, Bill Myers. He was really good at challenging, and he did not want the brothers to complain. What are you going to do about it? So
Mhm.
it's
You see,
more of
the people that you brought into your sphere of influence, you brought
yeah,
them
yes.
because you were
So it's
ready.
yeah, so it's more so the need of who, if not me, then who? Like
Right.
I can't, if I say, well, I can't put it on somebody else to do it if I'm not going to go willing to do it.
Right.
You know, like as opposed to, oh, we need a school, man. I wish somebody, man, we need literature. We need
Right.
literature. I wish somebody. So I don't do that. I write. I do the
Right.
research. I do the teaching. I help facilitate school. I help the curriculum. So newspapers and outreach. To inspire, to encourage others. And so
Right.
I found it that it's easier to inspire, to encourage, to
Yeah.
influence others by actions.
Okay. See, and I didn't know you traveled all over the place speaking. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I've been about 20 different cities.
I didn't know that. See, I had no. I mean, but energy does.
Yeah,
I mean, I
20,
brought.
maybe 45.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? I would say, like, sometimes people say, I don't know my purpose. I don't know what I'm here, my mission, because we all have the same purpose, and that's becoming one with that power within us, and recognizing that we're all one. but I would share with people. I said the very thing that you're afraid of and don't want to do, that's the very thing that you came here to learn. It's like when you said when you were younger, I didn't want to be out in the front. I didn't want to be. That's the very
Yeah, I
thing.
was shy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean. And you can, because I'm shy. You know what I mean. I'm a shy person. Um, but that's different from your mission kind of thing. So
Yes.
yeah, the very thing that you didn't want to do as a child, look, you moved into that role that you came here to do. Because you brought the advisor, you brought all these people to you. I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm gonna challenge you. You brought those people so that you
Yeah,
could
they
be
were. Yeah.
ready. Yeah, so you could step into your role, which you've done. That's beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
let's see if we have any questions that have come in. Oh, all right, indeed. All right, we have uh Kia is the key. First, all right, here we go. Anita. We have Kia is the key. First initial is N.
In.
First,
Oh,
the letter N,
the letter N.
nice.
This is a sister as a nice. Yeah, the letter N. This is a person that is. This is an expansion. She expands, and she needs her freedom. She needs her freedom. She needs to be able to express herself the way she needs to express herself. She cannot be contained. Not with that N in right up front. What's the last letter in her name?
Kia, what's the last letter? Before I get with you, others are Cypher. I see you, and I have Jamie. Peace, brother Jamie. What's the last letter, Kia? Just waiting for her to type it in.
Okay. Yeah, that N means freedom, freedom. And then, yeah. Change. She adapts well to change. If she doesn't, that's what she came here to do. Because most of us don't adapt well to change. We don't. We don't that unknown stuff. But that N, just that N, as far as the first name, she that says that she can adapt well to change, and that she does like change and variety. She does not want to be boxed in. She likes her freedom.
Yes. I'm waiting for her to type. Let's give her one more minute before I go to the next one. All right. So when she types it, I'll come back to her. We have Jamie. I believe it is easier to emulate the greatness of others instead of embracing our own unique journey to our greatest self. Reflecting inward to define our own unique purpose can be challenging.
Absolutely. Oh, I so agree, Jamie. Thank you for that. I so agree with that. And a lot of that too is a lot of times when we don't want to embrace who we are, because you know what comes with that? Responsibility. I have to take responsibility
Mm.
for my own thing. I have to acknowledge that I'm responsible. I cannot say, oh, that person made me do this, or I'm this way because of that person. I can't. And a lot of us don't want to. No, I don't want the responsibility. I don't want the responsibility of being great, because then I have to keep it up. I don't want that. I don't want to deal with. I don't want to
Wow,
be that.
you know what? Anita, wow, you're right. You're right. You said that you said you got to keep it up. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
that also that feeling of failing, you
Right.
know.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? But see, there goes that self awareness again. Because I did so many things on so many different businesses, and I didn't make them. I failed at them. And I would say, dang, I stopped doing business. I said, boy, you're just not good at it. You're a failure at this. Everything that you do, it doesn't make it. You don't. It fails. You don't make it work. Well, it's not until what is this? this year. It was this year. Now, I am 69 years of age. This year, it came to me that I was not a failure. I was a success. Because you know why I was a success at not making those things happen? Because inside of my mind, that's what I really believed. My true belief was that I couldn't make it happen. And I produced what I really believed. So a lot of time we're not failures. We're only producing what we really believe. I'm not talking about that superficial thing. I can do it. It's like that you take a test. You're going to take a test. Say, I'm going to pass that test. I'm going to pass that test. I'm going to pass that test. I know I'm going to pass that test. You take that test and you fail. And the first thing you say is, I knew I was going to fail that test. How many times have you done? I've done that so many times where I say, I know I'm going to do this. I know. As soon as I knew that was going to happen, that was my true belief. And that's what I produced, my true belief. That's why that's another part of self-awareness. Being aware of those hidden beliefs, that dominant belief, that's the thing that's going to be produced, manifest. I love it.
That's impactful. Let me go back to the comment section.
Fun. We just start, you start saying, okay, let me think.
We have Kia. Kia's the last initial is S, as in Sam.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's independence. That's independence. She, that now it's because it's the last letter. I always say that's the part that's kind of hidden, if you will, or not really nurtured, but should be. That S, yes, she can stand up there on her own 2 feet. She can. There's a song called Ms. They call her Ms. because she climbs her own mountains and things like that. That's a part of her. So on the front end, she needs that freedom. The freedom is very important with the vibration of N. That freedom, and ask her to let me know either I'm off key or whatever, because I'd like to know. But yeah, that N, that freedom, that change of variety, expansion, and she's also dealt with some, that's also comes with challenges with that vibration because she can handle it. And then on the back of that, it's important that she can deal with those challenges because on the back of that, the back end of that, she's independent. She can stand on her own. She can hold her own.
Can you hear that? Is she is Anita on spot on? You got Rob Moses, colors. Jimmy writes, very true. Thank you, Sister Anita and Brother Abdullah.
Oh,
that's Jamie's your insight on Jamie's comment.
Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is fun. I love it. I could do this all day long.
I know you can.
I love it. I
just you can. All right, we have Thai Earth Spiritual Intelligence Sonic Rituals. Peace. I tuned in. Peace. I turned in just in time to hear what my inner child needed.
Oh my
I appreciate this.
Oh wow! Thank you for sharing that. God bless you. Wow.
It's supposed to be I tuned in. I tuned in just in time to hear what my inner child needed. I appreciate this.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah.
All right. So we have no more. Stephen Mason Bay, great teaching. We have, what does it mean? All right, here we have Kia. She did this. This is about came in. I missed this one. 20 minutes ago. Kia is the key. What does it mean if two people I was in love with was taken due to gun violence. How do I recover and move on to be open to love again?
Okay, that's, one, like I said, I believe in all of the different types of help. One, I would say you may want to get some counseling. Two, you want to understand we cannot control or we cannot control or maneuver the path of others. We cannot. You know what I mean? One, I'm so, I send my love to you. I really do. Um, yeah, but I would say before you, I would say start with counseling, before going inward, because I, I don't know. I'm just feeling like the pain is is deep on the inside, that needs to be, nurtured and caressed and loved so that it can heal. And I'm saying that I know that you need help with that first. So that's what I would say for you. Yeah,
Mm.
that's
All
what I
right.
would.
All right. Thank you for sharing, Kia.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like I said, I'm sending my love to you. Wow.
Any other comments? I'm just going to see if I missed anything. I got everybody. Type your questions in. Questions or comments. Step right on up.
Hi, guys. So crickets, crickets.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's
She writes. Kia writes. Thank you. All right. Good. Good.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Yes. If you have any questions about energy and or whatever, I mean, just whatever. And in the meantime, hey, let's see. Let's see what else. What else? Let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, like the T-shirts. Remember I said community at the global tap into your
Yeah.
movement.
Yes.
We have
Yes.
the community. Well, the community, I use the T-shirts.
Yeah. I see. I seen them online. I see on Facebook. I see you.
Okay, yep. The
I saw
T-shirts.
you have the. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So what they are, there's only two statements, and they're Stoic metaphysical principles. Okay, and what they are, they're visuals. Where the goal and the attention is that when people wear the T-shirts in their community, they're helping people with thought healing, one person at a time. So like when I wear my shirt, I don't advertise it like, oh, this is mine, or you can get it. Because what I do, my thing is I know that when I wear my shirt, I'll see people reading it, looking at it, whatever. But in my mind, I know that if there's one person that's going through something and they read my shirt, I said, they may go home and be at their lowest and say, what did that shirt say? Oh, it ain't the thing, it's how I look at it. Let me try to look at it differently. These are made for, like I said, for bringing inner healing in our community. Because this T-shirt here, it ain't the thing, it's how you look at it. This came at one of my very lowest point, because our family, we're going, I'm sure people we're overcoming. It's our turn to go through the stuff. But anyway, at one point it had gotten to a point that was so bad, I just couldn't. I was just really, really at my lowest. And while I was there, I heard Spirit say, "You're not looking at it right." And at that point, I said, help me look at it the right way. Once I just stood there for a minute, I felt heard something, and then I began to get peace. And that's how these T-shirts came about. So this is more of a community. Like as we wear our shirts within our community, it's like the Maharaji effect. You remember in Iowa, in Iowa in the 60s. They did this thing with the monks and everything. They did some stats about the city, one of the uh, more crime in an area in Iowa, one of the cities in Iowa, and the monks they sat and they did transcendental meditation, energy, but they did transcendental meditation for I forget how long, whatever. But after they were done, they took stats again, and it showed that the crime rate went down because of the energy, because they were in one unison, one energy, one love. So these T-shirts are just really saying, hey, the more we wear these shirts, the more you're getting inner peace, and the more inner peace I have, the more inner peace you have, the wider we expand the inner peace in our community. So that's why they're called miracle teas, because it was a miracle for me, because I was really out there. I mean, I really was. And then once you're not looking at it right. And now when things happen, just like that, what energy I'm stepping into, that other thing, when I'm getting into, because we all do. That's human. We all get into that little way of thinking. It's not that we get to do that. It's the awareness, so that we can check it and correct it. And even sometimes when we're in that spot, sometimes I stay there because I need to feel this energy. I need to feel this. I need to feel this grief. I need to feel this sadness. I need to do this so that I can move on. Instead of pushing it, suppressing it, saying, oh, get away, don't deal with it, don't. No, I need to feel it. But at some point, then I say, okay, that's enough. That's enough. So now, okay, now I gave you that attention. So now that, but yeah, that's the miracle tea. This is, because a lot of times when I'm wearing, people will smile. I don't say, oh, here, this is my tea. Here's my card. I forget to do it. I just smile and say, hey, how you doing? Go moving on. Because I know whoever I know the universe gonna bring the people that's going. I mean, you know what I mean. I don't worry about things like that. But yes, but and the other one is that manifestation is in the belief. That's how I learned that when I found that I wasn't a failure. I just believed I produced those things that I really believe. So now I check my beliefs now. I really monitor when I'm doing something. Like I'm getting these 170 videos. One point I almost, I said, I'm getting them videos, and something may sneak into my and start that doubt. I ain't going there. Because I'm getting them 170 videos. In fact, we're up to 81 now. So almost halfway there.
Oh, good. Great.
Yeah. So that's that manifestation is in the belief thing. It's self-awareness. It's so fun. You can really make a fun thing out of it. Have fun with yourself.
We had Cypher Terrestrial. This is a beautiful collaboration indeed. Thank you, Abdullah and Anita.
Thank you. Peace, brother. Thank you so much.
Massive God Squad. Ask Anita, why are so many of the Asiatic family is suffering from PSDT that was done by the school, big pharma, and the fake Twix foods that sold at most commercial supermarkets for decades?
Well, I'm not political, and I can speak like on a metaphysical level, to say that when we have to start looking at collective consciousness. We just have to start looking at collective consciousness. It's like now, whoever believes in what they agree with, whatever, like who's in office and everything, they say, oh, this person. I said, we put them there. Collective consciousness. Energy. Nothing comes before a thought. But we have to take time to, like you did, like you said earlier, you said, analyze. I had to analyze it, like the fear, whatever, when you said, let me think about this. We don't take time to do it, because we are looking externally, like we get validation from the outside. How many of us have a problem? We're going to go ask somebody else before we say, let me sit down here and go within. Because this is what we do. You know what I mean? And it is I'm not saying that I'm not minimizing what's going on, by no means. But what I'm saying is something that is unorthodox, that's not acceptable to a lot of people. Um, but that's the way it is. It's like now, like you with your speaking, I didn't for fear of wanting to being rejected and all that. But now, no, I can't. I can't. You know, it is. We've got to do better as a people, as human beings, as spiritual beings, as creators, as co-creators. We've got to do better. We've just got to do better.
All right. We have TI Earth Spiritual Intelligent Sonic Rituals. Peace. When peace. When we allow ourselves to fully feel instead of suppressing, how do we know the difference between processing an emotion and getting stuck in it? How do we move from awareness into release?
How do we move into awareness and to be into release?
Yeah.
So many thank you so much for these questions. So, so many times things can be, I don't, it's one of those, I don't know how I know, I just know, but we know it's, I know it because it's the power in. When we're feeling stuck, because number one, there's no such thing as stuck, because that means being not moving. As energy beings, we are always moving. So there's no such thing. That's only an illusion. That's something that we've come to believe in. When we're feeling, or so not feeling, because feeling is joy and happiness. When we are experiencing emotional sensations of that we're not going anywhere, the first thing that we need to do is ask ourselves why. You can even do the 7 layer. My son-in-law taught me that. It says, okay, I'm not why am I not moving anywhere? And you can write it down, or you can just say it out loud, and you can say it to yourself. But you want to get to a point, and this will let you know too if you're free enough to let yourself go to experience it. You might say, why am I stuck? Why am I experiencing stuck? I'm just doing, for instance, I'm experiencing stuck because I don't feel good about myself. Why don't I feel good about myself? I don't feel good about myself because I think I'm overweight. Why am I overweight? Well, I'm overweight because I'm eating what I shouldn't eat. Why am I eating what I shouldn't eat? Well, I'm eating what I shouldn't eat because I feel empty inside. I need to fill myself up. Why do I feel I need to fill myself up? Well, because
Mm.
I need to fill myself up because I'm feeling empty and I don't like myself. Why don't I like myself? I don't like myself because I'm overweight. Why am I overweight? Because I'm overweight because I'm eating because I don't like myself. What was the end result? I don't like
Don't like
myself.
myself.
So all we have to do is say, okay, I've got to change that because now I want to like myself. I don't have to say, why don't I like myself? You can, but it's one of those, why stay at the problem when you can go to a,
Mm.
why keep saying,
Good point. Good point.
why don't I like myself? As opposed to say, I'm going to start liking myself. Now, what can I do to like myself? Okay, I'm going
Mm.
to rolls on my stomach as I exercise to get rid of them. I'm going to like myself. But you did that 7 layer, and that brings release because now we're aware. A lot of the times when we're feeling, we're experiencing. I get we taught that when we're experiencing those sensations of being stuck, that we're feeling, that we're experiencing being caged and different things like that, because we're not aware of ourselves. We don't know why. Once we know what's going on with ourselves, then we change it. But if I don't know who I am or what's going on in my thought, how am I going to change it? Because I don't even know. I don't even know enough to address it. I got to know in order to address it. I hope that made
I'm loving it, y'all. I know I am loving this. This is absolutely wonderful.
oh,
Absolutely. Oh man, it's made my day.
thank
Yes.
you. Me too. I hope that answered her question.
Yes, love, heart and thumbs up. Heart and thumbs up. Yes. So
Yay, thank you.
that's no, that was tie. Yeah, tie. Tie. Yeah. Claim it to be obtained. It. Claim it to obtain it. Then mentally contain it. Game
All,
over. That's her response. That's her response.
all
All
right, I
right.
know
And
that's right.
then Ty ciphers Therese terrestrial until you gave her response.
I love these names.
Yes. Oh, I do too. I love them. Oh yeah, I love them. Yeah, Tracy. Uh, this is a female. Tracy, that bold chick. Tracy, that bold chick. Question: what if you have um hip pain?
Hmm.
What do I need to work on?
Okay, we experiencing the same thing, sister. All right. Physically, hip pain is hesitancy in moving forward because our hips move us forward. That's what our hips do. Now, if it's on the right side, that's your masculine energy. Okay, that's where ideas and knowledge come in. If it's on your and the right side of us, that tells us what we think of the world and the people around us, what we think. The left side, that's our feminine energy. That's the one that does the manifestation and the understanding, and that's the nurturing. See, like mine is on my left side, on my left hip and my buttocks and all that. Okay, so I need to move forward in nurturing myself more. I need to do more things for myself.
Mm.
Could also be not just like caring for yourself, but it could be, I don't know, if something may be going on, but you're hesitating to move forward for some reason. I don't know. But that's what that is. That's the area of moving forward.
It's on the left side. Thank you.
Left side. So that's
Mm.
your feminine energy. Yeah, that's your feminine energy. So you want to ask yourself, what more can you do for you? What more can you do for you? And on the outside, extrinsically, you want to ask yourself, what's going on? Is there something that I need to be moving forward to or toward that I'm not doing?
All right.
I hope that helped.
Yeah, Tracy, that help. Does that help? Waiting for the response. Thank you. With the heart.
Okay. Yeah, those
Yes.
are the
So she
chakras.
finds. Yes.
And then also the hip area, that's your base. That's your base chakra. That's your first major chakra. And that hip, and I forgot, that's the soul body. Okay, that's the soul body. And then also that's the base. That our base chakra is our survival. That's our foundation. How we make our living. How we, if we're thriving, or are we just surviving? Are we worried about paying our rent? Are we worried about, different financial, our basic needs like that? That's our base. And then that's also close to our sacral chakra, which is in our stomach. And that's our need to belong. That's our innate need to belong. That's that protective negative body and our emotions. Am I experience like I got my I was sharing like with the family and everything. My abdomen is just out there. But that's because I'm experiencing some emotion. I'm going through some emotional things. What's happening in my family, I'm experiencing them very, very, very emotionally, and I know this. You know what I mean? So that's all of those components. Those I call those are your soul speaking with you and say, hey, these are some things you may want to just want to take care of. Give it some attention. Give it some love and attention, and see what's going on.
All right. We have 7 more minutes. I mean, any other questions or comments? She writes, Tracy, gratitude.
Okay. Thank
Four exclamation marks.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah.
We have Thai Earth Spiritual Intelligence, Sonic Rituals, Miss Anita. I feel a pulling sensation on my right side near my diaphragm. Not pain, but like a tug. What might this mean energetically if it affects my posture?
Okay. All right. So your diaphragm, that's your solar plexus. That's your power center. Okay, so your solar plexus is your power center. So you want to just check and see if you're releasing your power, if you're giving your power because you're feeling a tug. So you want to ask yourself, are you giving your power to things or people that you really don't need to be doing? You want to, just assess that. Now, also, now, please, also, yeah, yeah, because we're talking energetically. So I was gonna say, go to the doctor and all that, to see what that is. But energetically, that is the solar plexus. That's the positive mind right there, body of the 10 bodies. And that tug just could mean, okay, it's tugging. Your soul is saying, tugging on you, saying, look here, don't give that energy over there. Look here, don't give that energy over there. Look here, stop looking, stop thinking like that. Watch your thoughts, watch your thoughts. So just, just think on those things because metaphysically, energetically, that's just a little hunch kind of stuff. I hope that
Mm.
helps.
I gave it away. Yes, you are amazing.
Oh, wow. Thank you. So are you.
So Anita, we have less than 5 minutes.
No,
You want to give some closing remarks, some
I
closing remarks, some good energy to our audience.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, Abdullah. Thank you so much. I truly enjoyed. I'm gonna be honest. I said, Lord, what am I gonna do for 2 hours? Oh my gosh. I mean, I did. I thought I said, okay, ooh, okay. I just so
I'm used to
enjoyed
doing it.
it.
I got you. I said
Right, right. I
because
see
we
that.
got
Yeah.
the Q&A. So actually the questions were very helpful, and
Right. Oh,
so because we
absolutely. You're a
actually went
wonderful
a
interviewer.
good
You're a wonderful
a
host.
good 50 minutes with questions with the Q&A.
Right, right, yeah, yeah, and I just want to say, all of you guys, I love you. Blessings, peace, and and love to you. I just want to thank you for sharing your energy with me, and I just want to let you know I'm honored by it, and I do hope that I helped you guys. I know you certainly helped me. You made my evening. You have to do and everybody, and just keep on keeping on, just knowing that the journey and self recovery and soul awareness and self awareness is all beautiful, and you just got to know so are you. All you got to do is tap into you, and tap into that power because it's in there. You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
How can the audience how can we get your book? What do we
Oh yeah, you
give
can
your
go.
book a yes,
Uh,
your
you
book a
can you
plug.
can you can email me at tap into you. That's let's see what I do. That's TAP, the letter N, the number two, YOU at gmail.com. Or you can even call me. I'm still I'm old school, OLE, old school. So you can always call me. I mean, if you're in the States or whatever, I'm 313-605-8220. I'd love to engage in some dialogue with you. I mean, because I love this stuff. I love it. So yeah, but you can get the book that way because I have them. Or if you just want to call and answer questions, have some questions. If you want to know what your personal year is and what's going on, yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I like this kind of stuff.
Awesome. Let me see. Yeah. All right. Well, this was wonderful. Let people know that this was a wonderful presentation. Share this on your platforms, social media platforms. Uh, once again, if those you're interested in getting my books, go to mooresandmasonry.org. It's been going across the stream for the past 2 hours. Anita, thank you again. We got to have you back. This was you know this was therapeutic for me as well. I really enjoyed this. I
Thank you. I'm gonna
really
get your book. So, how many books have you written?
seven,
Wow.
7 or 8.
Bless your heart. Well, I'll be going on there. I'm gonna support you, brother.
All right,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Absolutely. No doubt. Bless
Absolutely.
you. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, so we have next week. We have Queen Shantae Lene Horford on the Sherrod Nation. She will be my guest next week. So I'm excited about her, and I've known her for 2.5 years. So she'll be my guest next week. And then I have Sister Nina out in California. She'll be my guest on the 20 in October 6th. And I have Israel Bay. He will be my guest on the 29th of September. And he'll be doing a lesson on semantics.
Oh,
So I've had about good 10 sisters so far. I've had over 10 sisters on this as my guests over the past 2 years. And probably there would like 5 or 6. Like I said, we had Abundance Child last week,
okay.
and then prior to that, we had this Akasha. 2 weeks prior to that. So I want to once again give a shout out to Luisa Flores for introducing us, and she was the one that recommended that I bring you on my show.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Brother Hank. Thank you, Brother. I greatly appreciate you. I've been on this platform since December of 2023, so we'll have been 2 years in December.
Congratulations.
So, yes. So Moorish Monday with me. And once again, this is also aired on the Moroccan Post Media YouTube page, and it's been the 3rd week since it's been aired on that platform. All right, thank you again. You enjoy the rest of your evening, Anita. Appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too, my brother. Thank you so much, and bye, everybody. Blessings, peace, and love. Okay.
Peace and love, everyone. Until next week. Peace. We're gonna get. I can.